My lovers, welcome to my channel. Before we get into our messages of healing, which is what we usually do on a Monday, we focus on the most important person on this journey, which is yourself. Whatever journey you're on. And most of us, our spirituality and the healing of self is a very integral part, whether you're a twin or not. All of us want to manifest better relationships, and most of us have a need to get close to spirit, and part of that is healing the self. Okay, so we're going to get into that. What I want to tell you today, new cycles are beginning, especially in this Libra season, which is what I call the season of justice. The season of justice, right? So part of that cycle, or part of that process, whatever is hidden shall come to light. This is not what I want to talk about today, but I'm being led down this road. Whatever is hidden shall come to light. Whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in other people's relationships, but also within yourself. Whatever is hidden, whatever has been suppressed, will come to light. So you're going to have all kinds of things come into the fore for healing. Different things. Things that maybe you've not thought about in years. Things that you thought you'd healed. They're going to come back up for your attention. And one of the things that I wouldn't say we have to heal in particular, but definitely that we have to accept, integrate, and manage is our shadow self, because we all have a shadow self. There's no saint. Nobody's a saint. Everybody has a shadow self. That shadow self looks different for everyone, but everyone has a shadow self. For the past 3 days, I have been angry. I do have an idea of what I'm angry about. I can't say that. But it is something that I thought that I dealt with. But now this anger is like escalating into rage. I'm dreaming about things that I thought I had dealt with. And when I wake up, my heart is pounding like if I was in a fight. And I've not been in fights, much fights in my life. Listen, I'm a Taurus. Yes, I can hear you saying, oh, that's why. No. Tauruses get a bad rap for this anger thing. It takes a lot for a Taurus to get to an anger stage. I'm telling you. It's not like what people portray. It takes a lot for a Taurus to get there. They take and take and take and take and take and take. When they do explode, please run for cover. Okay? So I'm feeling rage. I don't know how to release it. I don't know what to do with it. I feel like I could just scream or something. I don't know. But anyway, so I think I'm just going to write all my feelings down. Just get them out somehow. Maybe just telling you guys about it will be fine. But I just need to deal with it. I need to face that. I need to face that is part of me. I need to face that there is a time, place, and purpose for that rage. There is. If you're defending yourself, you're going to need that kind of fight response, right? But in your normal life, there's no real place for it. So that is something that I have to look at and integrate, and I have to look to the root cause of why am I feeling this at this particular point in time. I have to deal with that particular issue. The other thing that's coming up for healing for me is my sexuality. Now, I've been celibate for several years, 4 or 5 years, something like that, something like that, and it all began. It was a choice. It didn't start off as a choice. It started off as a response to trauma. It was right after my miscarriage, and I didn't want anyone to touch me. I felt like I didn't even want to touch myself. I felt unclean. I felt dirty. I felt all these different emotions that are now coming up again as I'm telling you this, right? So I went a whole year where I wasn't even thinking about anything like that. I was just thinking about the experience that I went through, trying to come to terms with it. And then at the end of that, and at the end of figuring out why it happened to me, and extracting the lessons from that experience and being grateful for that experience, both the pregnancy and the loss, I just made up my mind that the next person that I slept with would be, I felt like my child had made like a sacrifice on my behalf, because when I got pregnant it was a very complicated situation, very complicated, and I felt like if my child had made some kind of sacrifice so that I could have the life that I always wanted, right? And I want to honor that. I didn't want to disrespect that. I felt like because my child had made that sacrifice, that's how I viewed it, that he had made a sacrifice, that I would honor that, and that the next person that I slept with would be worth it. I haven't found that person yet, right? But it means that I've not had a healthy approach to my sexuality, because everything has to be in balance, okay? Everything has to be in balance, and suppressing a part of yourself is not particularly bringing it into balance. It's kind of pushing it at the background and not dealing with it, and then overcompensating in different areas. So you like drowning myself in my spirituality, not to deal with what happened, and not to deal with, my sex life or anything like that. So this is also coming up for integration. So I just want to let you know that if you're feeling these feelings, if you're feeling like your shadow self is coming back up for integration, you're not alone, because I've spoken to other DFs and they're feeling that too. The different things that are coming up that are related to your shadow self, you have to deal with it for your complete healing, whatever it is. Whether it's addiction to drugs, sex addiction, addiction to relationships, whatever it is, this is a time to deal with that. It's like doing justice to yourself, your whole self, and knowing that there is a place for your shadow self. There is a place for it. There is a place for that. For in my case, that very sexual person, there is a place for that. Within a holistic relationship, there is a place for that. So it just has to be integrated. For others, I don't know, maybe there is a place for your drug use. In terms of like, there are, especially marijuana, it opens you up to spirit. I know many readers that have a spliff before they read, because it opens up a channel to spirit. So even that has its place and purpose. Even recreational drug use has its place and purpose. It's not about abusing anything. It's about knowing that everything in this world has its place. Prescription drugs has its place. Everything has its place. Everything that we may abuse has its place, right? So it's about integrating that and using that for good. Okay, so that's just me. Let's see what's going on this week. What does Spirit want to bring our attention to this week? I'm seeing a lot of the cards from last week. I'm sure that victim card is going to come out. It's just been popping all over. Oh, trickery. I kept seeing it. How strange. Okay. We're going to take 4 cards, okay? What is being brought into focus this week? Oh, we got some interesting messages today. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing why I went down a particular line this morning. And we keep getting the same cards. Okay. Okay. Getting 2 messages with this first card. So the first card we have is impasse. Ways blocked, there's a stalemate. 2 things I'm getting here. The first thing I think is the main message is that you may feel like your life has ground to a halt. Like your path to prosperity or your path to happiness or your path to a particular person or thing that you want to manifest is being blocked. Know that this is being blocked by spirit for your protection. It's something to do with your soulmate. I see that there. And the rejection. Know that the rejection that happened, and this message came out last week as well, the rejection that happened was for your protection. Okay? So you had an impasse for your protection. Now I'm noticing the orange. And this is why I think I went down this line this morning. I'm noticing the orange, and the orange is about sacral chakra. And it's all about creativity, right? So maybe you feel blocked in this particular area, but know that that blockage, it served a particular purpose for a particular point in time in your life. And now this is something that is going to be addressed, or that needs to be addressed in order for you to move into your full abundance, in order for you to heal your self-esteem, because this is solar plexus chakra. That's all about your self-esteem, your self-worth. So that is something that you need to look at in order to move into your full self. Know that some issue related to abundance is going to crop up. There's going to be an opportunity presented to you this week to manifest your abundance. It's connected to your abundance. So I don't know if it's unexpected income or an opportunity to generate some kind of unexpected income, or you're going to receive some kind of unexpected income or some kind of joy, some kind of gift this week. The other thing that's being brought into focus is grief. All right, so for some of you have been grieving for something. I'm noticing that she's holding a pet. And grief, it goes straight into our heart chakra. You see, when we do SRT and we look into the heart, that's how we know that someone is grieving. There's a darkness inside the heart chakra itself. It's like a black mass. And from time we see that, where we know somebody is grieving of something, or there's some kind of heartbreak that they've been carrying around. So there's some kind of heartbreak that you've been carrying around here that is going to be brought into focus. It's going to rise up again. Okay? It could be related to a pet, but it's something that you held there. This grief is going to come up again this week. Your mind is going to be taken back there. And maybe that grief is related to maybe a rejection with your soulmate. Okay? It could be related to rejection with your soulmate. And you're feeling that grief there. You're feeling like you feel blocked. You feel like you don't know what is the path forward. But this card calls for you to look at that rejection objectively. Okay? I'm getting a message with your shadow self. Just a second. Let me just be still. Okay. So, apart from soulmate rejection, some of you have been rejecting your shadow self. This is why I went down that line this morning. You've been rejecting your shadow self. You've been suppressing it instead of embracing and integrating it. And now is the time to look at that and integrate your shadow self, knowing that your shadow self is part of you. And the thing is, it's so important, especially if you're in a twin relationship or a deep soul connection, to embrace your shadow self, because most times your twin is going to embody that shadow self and is going to be throwing that shadow self into your face. They're going to be throwing that shadow self into your face. And the reason why they're throwing that shadow self into your face is for you to integrate it and know that it is part of you, and it is also to be celebrated. I cannot do the spirit release work that I do now if I did not have a shadow self. In order to find negative entities and all of that, you have to take your vibration down to their level. You have to vibrate as low as those negative entities. You can't do that without your shadow self. And then, after you've located those negative entities, you have to now be able to communicate on the level of angels, guardian angels, and guides in order to work with them to rid that person of the particular darkness. You can't do that unless you're vibrating high and you're ascended in your spirituality. So therefore, there's a need for both parts of you, both the light and the dark, in order for you to do your spiritual work, for you to find your life purpose, and for you also to manifest wholesome relationships. Everything has a purpose, right? And you have to find the purpose in your shadow self and not reject it. Okay? Something with your soulmate is going to come to you. I'm thinking intuitively because of the third eye. Something intuitive is going to come to you about your soulmate this week. You're going to receive some kind of, I don't know, a telepathic communication, or they're going to reach out maybe telepathically to you. But there's going to be something cropping up with your soulmate. Let me pull some cards on that, because soulmate is such a broad thing. And let me see if I get a message, okay? What is it about the soulmate? Grief. You can't fool spirit. The card is right here. So some kind of grief related to your soulmate is going to crop up. Either you're going to be feeling theirs or you're going to be reminded of yours. Let me see what else related to your soulmate. Listen, you can't play with spirit, you know. For some of them, you're going to hear about them getting rid of a third party. Okay? And you're going to hear maybe that they have learned to embrace and love themselves, because this is the 9 of Cups, total wish fulfillment. So it could be you're going to find out that you are their total wish fulfillment, or you're going to find out that they have been working on themselves and working on their self-love. But there's definitely something coming up here with the soulmate, okay? All right, let's look at what sort of lessons. So these are coming up. These are broad themes that are coming up this week. So you'll see how this might manifest in your life. But let's also look at what lessons, and I'm already seeing the spouse card. So there's something with your soulmate that's going to happen. It's coming up again. Something with your soulmate and spiritual gifts. Yep. Keep seeing the same cards. Let's see if they will come out. Let's see if they will come out. It came out. It came out. Karmic relationship, meaning that there's some kind of karmic tie. So this is not necessarily related to karmic as we use the word karmic, but knowing that there's some kind of soul tie, some kind of karmic debt. Communal living. So this is about codependency. All right, so we get it. So we're getting a lot of the same themes coming out here, right? So the first thing we have is ships. So for some of you, there's going to be some kind of travel towards your soulmate. It could be related to a karmic partner. Some of you guys might be in karmic partnerships, but it's definitely, there's going to be some kind of travel to someone with whom you have a soul tie. Okay, with whom you've had a soul tie, or maybe you're going to figure out that part of the journey that you are on with your soulmate is, addressing this issue of codependency. Okay, so this is definitely going to come up because we have your spouse. So this person that you might be dealing with now or connected to now, know that they were your spouse in your past life, and there is some kind of karmic tie or karmic debt between you guys. That is being worked out here. I'm also getting a message that if you have someone who is if your soulmate, your twin, is within a karmic relationship, there's something about this karmic tie, there's something about this codependency that is going to crop up this week. Something about this karmic relationship is going to be brought into the fore. It's like somebody might make a choice. Somebody might make a choice. I'm getting that. And either move away from or move towards a particular relationship. This is what is going to be happening to you. For some of you, you're going to be faced with a choice between your soulmate and a karmic partner, or your twin and a soulmate. There's going to be some kind of choice. You're going to learn some kind of lesson through this connection. You're going to learn some kind of lesson with your partnerships this week, and as it relates to codependency. Okay, but know that it's all part of your journey. All right, let's get some messages for your healing here. We're going to take 2 of these from the Whispers of Healing deck. Just 1, 2 cards. Jeez. This is going to be a rough week because there's a lot of scattered energy here. Alright, so brace yourself. Brace yourself because you are about to transform. You see what I'm saying? Surrender to complete healing. And part of that is your shadow self. That's the first thing I said. Surrender to complete healing. Okay? Anyway. So what's happening this week? Alright. We have 35. So that reduces to 8. So that's about strength. And then we have this card, transform. And I'm noticing that it's brown. So there's something about your roots, your foundation, how you view yourself, your self-esteem, your self-confidence, your family origins, your programming. This is going to transform. There's going to be some kind of transformation, and this transformation is going to require your strength. What message am I getting here? Somebody was trying to block their transformation. I want you to look at this card. I'm hoping that you're seeing it properly. Now, you may not see it, but over the tree or the little flower that has all the butterflies, there was a glass dome. Somebody was blocking yours or your partner's transformation. But now Someone's opening the can of worms, they're opening the Pandora's box, and all these butterflies are being released. So someone might have been resisting transformation, could be you, could be your person, but now some kind of shit has hit the fan and it's all out. And whatever has come out, it's going to transform your situation and it's going to transform you. Could be a negative thing that will come into your being, come into your spirit, or it could be something positive, but there is going to be transformation either way. And then it says here, answers within. It's a 19, so that's a 10, and it's also a 1. So you're going to go within and you're going to find some kind of answer. You're going to shine a light, right? This is reminding me of hermit energy. And no, hermit is an earth sign, so that's why we have that brown hair, right? So you're going to find some kind of answers within, and these answers is going to allow you to close a particular cycle in your life and begin anew. So you're going to surrender to complete healing, and that's why we got this card. You're going to surrender to complete healing because you're going to look deep within, and whatever you've not addressed, you're going to address it. So it says surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe, because they want you to transform, right? That support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Open it up. That's what you are doing. You're opening up yourself completely to spirit. And then it says surrender to passion. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow. So if you've been suppressing your passions, you see, this is why I went into that sacral chakra blockage for myself today. Some of you have been suppressing your passions. Your passion is part of you, and you have to let that roam free. But everything is about temperance, right? It's about temperance. It's about management. It's about balance. You're not going to learn balance by suppression. You're only going to learn balance by embracing all of yourself. And then it says surrender worry. You have nothing to worry about. The universe is on your side. It says make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that spirit is guiding you always. There ain't no wrong turns. There ain't wrong turns. There are no wrong turns. Everything is a lesson. Okay? The divine detours, as we call them, everything is a lesson. All right, so we're just going to get some last advice from spirit. I'm going to leave this with you for you to meditate upon, and really I'm thinking there is a message in here for everyone. I'm going to get 4 cards. Is spirit serious? No need to worry. Surrender worry. Isn't it so cool? I love this journey. It's beautiful and it's so magical. It's like we've all, like, source, God, the universe has always been this like ethereal thing that you can't touch, but on this journey you touch it. It's like it's something tangible. It's in your face. It's not this abstract concept. It's real. Yeah. So and we got confirmation of everything that was said in this reading with this yes. Okay. All right. So we got confirmation about everything that we said in this reading. It's yes. And if you had a message in your mind whilst I was reading, or even before you came to this reading, the answer is yes, right? It says here, there's something better. Your life is about to transform, and there's something better. It may not seem like that because you might be at an impasse, but there's something better, and you don't have to worry because Spirit's got it. Spirit's got it. Once you're doing your work, Spirit's got it. You can just release that and know that only abundance and success is what you're going to reap from here on out. Only abundance and success. It started already. Okay? Alright guys, those were your messages. I know that there's a message, at least one message in here for somebody. Okay? Take care. Bye. I love you guys.